Hey guys, it's Mooty here, and today I have a Wi-Fi battle against Chase, and his link will be in the description. He uploads Pokemon content, so feel free to check his channel out. I highly recommend it. And as always, like goal on this video is 300 because you guys have been providing the most amazing support. So today I'm actually running a really OU team because I'm trying to, get into the OU meta instead of actually using here's just freaking garbage. I don't know. But if you want to see me try and make a team around any Pokemon, put them in the comments and I'm going to try and do that for the next video. I usually run with one team for three videos and then I kind of like to change it up. So we're running against Chase and I'm going to take a quick screen cap of his team. So I see Thundurus, I see Venusaur, Greninja, Scizor, Crocodile. Crocodile is probably a Stealth Rocker with Intimidate. And honestly, for lead's sake, I think he might lead off with maybe Greninja. Now, annoying bulky things, Venusaur, don't want to deal with you. Also, before I forget, today's mascot of the day is Infernape because he's awesome. And even though he's not on our team, this is a really cool plushie, so I figured I'd show it off. So if you like him, leave a like. So I think I'm going to lead over Greninja because he's the most versatile and he's going to outspeed anything and everything, and then proceed with basically the rest of my team. We actually have half of our teams are the same in Conkeldurr, the freaking Thundurus, and Greninja. So we'll see how that turns out. Other than that, I don't really know, man. I just really don't want to deal with Venusaur, and in case Crocodile is the lead, I don't mind that. And Venusaur happens to be the lead. I wish I had Psychic on this thing, but Venusaur or Scizor could be the Mega. Honestly, I think it's Venusaur more than anything. So I'm just gonna U-turn out. If I U-turn out, what am I gonna go into to deal with Grass? I have Heatran, so Heatran's not a bad option for that. So I'm just gonna U-turn out in case he decides to. Yeah, it's definitely his Mega. So I'm gonna outspeed and U-turn out and probably go into Heatran. I could get Stealth Rock off, and then also I don't mind Venusaur's lead. Unless he's carrying maybe Hidden Power Ground or something like that. That's the only thing I really don't want to see. I really don't want to go up against that kind of thing. So right now, honestly, Heatran does look like the best, the best option. Because I'm immune to poison, I resist grass, and I threaten him out with fire. Except because he has Thick Fang, fire doesn't really matter. But it also gives me an opportunity to set up, Stealth Rock. So he happens to be a Leech Seed set, which is alright. So I'm going to take this opportunity to set up Stealth Rock because I don't think he has any Rapid Spinners or Defoggers. No Magic Bouncers either, so I can safely set up Stealth Rock and not have to worry about it for the rest of the game. And maybe he's going to be more concerned with trying to break my balloon. So kind of hoping for that. Come on. And I'm not carrying Talonflame or anything, so I don't exactly have anything to just one-hit KO this thing. So I will take whatever damage I can get on this thing, because I hate this thing. I hate dealing with this thing. I hate going up against it. I hate everything about it, from VGC to singles. It's so annoying. So, especially because it's a Leech Seed set, it's probably stally. If anything, maybe he wants to go out into Crocodile, get his own Stealth Rock up. But I really think he doesn't want to take any of my stab attacks, so either way he would draw us, which is great. We're seeing if he's going to go with the old Chase method of going to Volt Switch and Volt Switch and Volt Switch. So getting out my Stealth Rocks is great. The only thing I have to worry about is him knocking me off, because it does get knockoff, and I'm Leech Seeded, so I really don't want to give him back that extra health at all. I kind of want to preserve my balloon as well. So I could go into Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr seems like a pretty good option. It's pretty bulky too. And I can threaten him out with Drain Punches all day. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Going to try and preserve the air balloon on my Heatran. I guess just in case I do run up against the Crocodile again. So Stealth Rock was inevitable, but I do carry Defog on my Latios just in case I want to get rid of it later on. And honestly, knockoff is my best option against whatever decides to come in. And just getting damage off. So that's what I'm gonna go for knockoff here. I am assault vested too, so I can take many special attacks. Now, Conqueror is really, really bulky, so I'm just trying to think of what he might bring in to deal with it. Because Crocodile isn't really the best thing for it. That's why I think he's gonna switch out. Or we just both use knockoff on each other, I guess. That works out too. Knocks off my assault vest, so that's gonna be kind of problematic. But I ended up knocking off his leftovers. And maybe now he's gonna switch out because he doesn't really have anything else to hit me with. So I almost want to say, like, just on the off chance I knock off. Like, knockoff is such a good attack. That's why I'm just like, alright, we're gonna knock off again. Just on the off chance he wants to preserve this thing, I get to knock off another item. So that's what we're gonna do. Venusaur, alright, this is mega. So I'm like, I can't really attack with anything else, but might as well get some damage off with knockoff. Oh, that's not gonna do a lot because this thing is bulky. But I do know that it's a Leech Seed set. So can't do a lot to Heatran because usually Leech Seed set is Poison attack, Grass attack, Leech Seed, maybe Protect, maybe HP Fire, sometimes HP Fire, so I'm not too concerned with that. I am concerned with all the but all the Stealth Rock damage I'm taking, which is really annoying, so I resist that, which is great, and I really just want to go for a Fire type attack. The only thing that doesn't want to take fire is, the only thing that really does kind of take fire is Greninja. I kind of feel like Conkeldurr might come in though, because if he's assault vested, that ends up working out for him really, really well. In which case, Latios would be a great counter to that and just deal with Psyshock. But like, obviously, that's not the best situation right now for Latios, because unless I get some damage off on a Conkeldurr, Psyshock is not going to kill. So honestly, I'm just going for a Fire Blast. Get the most damage off on this thing as I can, no matter what he decides to switch into. And it happens to be Conkeldurr. But playing it, like, going into Latios would have been the best, like, you know, the best thing. But he is okay. We miss. Kind of expected that, I guess. I almost want to say, well, the thing is, he did, like, Venusaur can't deal with Heatran. We know that. Venusaur can't deal with Heatran at all. And, I mean, Conkeldurr is pretty bulky to where I feel like I could take his Conkeldurr as well. And I'm just on the off chance he also wants to go for knockoff, predicting a Latios to come in to resist a Drain Punch. That's why I kind of want to go into my own, just on the off chance he does go for knockoff. But I really feel like because Heatran's such a huge threat, he's just going to Drain Punch. So I'm going to take some damage from that. That's actually a lot more damage than I wanted to take. Honestly, just getting a knockoff on this thing is like my priority right now. But I could also just Drain Punch and get some health back. I really want to be able to just... that did a, okay. Critical hit. I guess the critical hit kind of makes up for the miss earlier on. Kind of does. Because that miss was really annoying. Otherwise, I would have easily just gone into Latios. But I knew that unless I get some damage off on this thing. Yo, Conkeldurr on Conkeldurr. Actually, like in the middle, it's like their pillars are like joined together. It's so cool. So, honestly, now I'm just going for a knockoff. I'm kind of like in the stage where I'm sacking Conkeldurr, and if I get the Assault Vest off of this thing, which is what they usually carry, then I'm like fantastic because Latios will be able to take it out with a Psyshock from there, even if he gets some health back. So Latios is going to be the thing I'm going to go into next. The only thing is that not Conkeldurr, but Latios is my best option. But if Crocodile comes in, or like, yeah, pretty much if Crocodile comes in or Greninja comes in, then they don't want to take a Psyshock. So I'm really thinking about going for a Draco Meteor here, because like Psyshock's like the obvious play, but he has nothing but Scizor to resist a Draco, and obviously I know I'm gonna outspeed, so I really think a Draco is also gonna kill this thing, and that's why I'm just going for Draco right here. And I'm just really hoping Draco kills, because he has no Assault Vest, and I really think at that range, it should kill. It definitely does. So, like, that's the best option I could have done. And we get rid of Cockledure. He gets rid of my Cockledure, and I get rid of his. So, we're pretty evenly matched so far. So, I definitely have to keep Latios around for, what'd you call it? Venusaur still. And Crocodile's Intimidate doesn't really matter to Latios. So, Crocodile. I know he carries knockoff, probably like Stone Edge. We already know he carries. Probably Earthquake, and then our air balloon was knocked off too, which is a problem. But don't like. There are no safe switches. Like, there are no safe switches, like, ever. I could go into Altaria, take some Stealth Rock damage, but I really don't want to. Don't want to resort to that. I do want to keep Heatran around for the Venusaur. Greninja, though. Greninja, I feel like you offer me the least amount of support right now. Like, that's weird because you don't usually hear that being said, but, like, I think it does offer me the least amount of support with what he has left. So, Greninja, you're going to be the guy that's going to have to take the knockoff. Unfortunately, he knocks off what did I put on this thing? I put Life Orb on this thing. But I still have speed, like a lot of stuff. So, thinking of what he has a Venusaur left. I could go into Ice Beam. He might go into Scizor, but I think like Ice Beam is like the best option right now. Hits Thundurus, although it's not coming in. Hits Venusaur. The only thing we might have kind of an issue is his own Greninja, but I'm gonna just Ice Beam, so we get Protean. I don't know how bulky this thing is, so I guess we'll see how much Ice Beam does. If it ends up taking it out, that's great. So we get rid of the Crocodile, and yay. So, alright, Greninja, you got your tongue scarf going on, and now Scizor comes in. So obviously, since I'm an Ice type, I don't want to deal with that. I wish I had an Intimidator, or I wish I had, let's see. Heatran, best option. Like, that's another reason why I need Heatran for Scizor, but I feel like if anything, it's just going to U-turn out anyway. And maybe go into what can deal with this. I'm trying to think of actually what options he has. Scizor can't deal with it. Venusaur can't deal with it. Maybe Thundurus can. Greninja definitely can, so Greninja's probably coming in. But the thing is, now my Heatran is so low to where it might not even matter if I keep him around or not. So, I guess we'll figure out what to do from there. And then we'll see what Greninja decides to do as well. And get some Stealth Rock damage off on that, which will be useful. So, Greninja. Doesn't really matter what I do against you, because there is, like, Greninja is so difficult to deal with because, like, there are no safe switch-ins. So, I'm just Earth Powering. I'm kind of expecting to die here. So, yeah, Dark Pulse is definitely going to take me out because I don't resist it, and he's probably Life Orb. So, goodbye, Heatran. And I really don't think mine was that especially defensive either. So, he's Life Orb, and now he's currently a Dark type. The only thing I wish I had was like a priority user on this team, but I don't. And Latios is my Scarfer. So I know that I can outspeed him. The only thing that I don't want to see is a Scizor. He's currently a Dark type, so Draco would kill it, or I can use this opportunity to think that he might switch out in Defog, but I can't set up my own Stealth Rock either, so I think at this point, might as well keep both Stealth Rock on the field. I'm just going to Draco Meteor it, and if he goes into Scizor, yes, this should kill it. This should kill it. Like, it's at full health. It should kill. So, goodbye. I really hope, because if I am, like, okay, thank you. I'm like, Greninja, go away, Greninja. You are way too versatile and way too strong for, my team. So, I'm so happy to get that out of the way. Alright, Latios. Scarf Latios, by the way. That's what I'm running on this one. Instead of Life Orb, I'm just like, I don't have a Scarf on my team, so I'm going to toss Latios in. And I just took one of my sets where I had Defog on it, so it doesn't really work out, but just for attacking purposes it does. So Scizor comes back in. Like I said, we don't have Heatran, and he's probably going to U-turn again. It might be okay to just sack off Greninja at this point, although Greninja is really versatile, but I'm already down to my life orb, and it's kind of difficult. The only other good thing that I have is Thundurus, but Thundurus really, I don't think he can take attacks very well. I definitely want to keep Latios around because I think it outspeeds the rest of his team unless he's carrying a Scarfer somewhere. So, really, I guess Thundurus was kind of the best thing I could go into right now. And it resists both his stabs. But even so, it's kind of frail, so it's going to take a lot. He's got his own Thundurus left, which also takes, what was it, 25? Not even 25. I think that's more like 10% from Stealth Rock. And mine's lefties. I don't know if he's carrying maybe a Scarf on his. So, I have HP Ice. And I have Volt Absorb. So, that weakness is not there. So, HP Ice really, that's what I have to go for. And he also carries HP Ice and outspeeds me, so I guess we'll see. If he doesn't have Life Orb damage, I really think that he might be Scarfed. So I kind of just have to sack that thing there. He does take some Life Orb damage, so I know I can outspeed him with Latios and take him out. So Latios, you're like my MVP right now. I freaking love you. I freaking love you so much. So, obviously, well, not obviously, but I think Psyshock is going to be enough to just take it out. I could Draco, but I don't want to risk the miss. I feel like I've been playing that luck game way too hard because that 10% chance is going to screw me over somewhere along the way. And he's left with a Venusaur, he's not going to switch in, and Scizor, who is probably going to come in right now, so there's no point in Drake, or he's sacking off Venusaur, I guess. Venusaur, I guess, is his weaker Pokemon over here. So, Psyshock is going to be able to take that out. I have to keep Latios, man. Latios is, like, my homie right now. I didn't use Scarf Latios a lot, but I guess it's not that expected. Also, since this was, like, one from, like, a Life Orb set, it's timid, so it's ridiculously fast for no reason. It might not be, like, strategically the best option, but it's the option that I used. And random plug for Infernape in the middle. I'm using Infernape because it's, like, Chase's favorite Pokemon, too, so that kind of, like, ended up playing out in today's match, so Infernape looks pretty cool. He looks super angry, but he used to be, like, one of the most popular Mons in 4th Gen. So obviously he can, we're down to this. He can still, like, the thing is I still have an Altaria left, which doesn't help me against his bullet punches because I can, you know, I'm fairy too. So, like, I'm kind of in the spot anyway. So, we have the Scizor, and then we have the Thundurus left. I know how to outspeed the Thundurus. But if I come in, I take more damage. I don't think Psyshock is going to kill it either. So we're in this spot. We're in the spot that I don't want to be in. So I think I'm going to have to sack off Latios over here and just go for the Psyshock. If he decides to bullet punch me and take me out, it's probably going to be the case. And then I'm hoping that, I'm kind of hoping that Greninja's not gonna live. Like, I resisted, but Greninja's not gonna live, and Altaria can't take it. I don't think Altaria can take it, though. Damn, Greninja. Damn you, Greninja. I just Hydro Pump. And then the last thing I have is my Mega. The last thing I have is my Mega Altaria, which I finally got the happiness of, so Altaria, at the very least, is happy. Yeah. Goodbye, Greninja. Definitely overestimated you there. Altaria, the thing is, I may have been better off switching in Altaria, and that, like, might have cost me. If I went into Altaria and didn't Mega, then I wouldn't have to deal with, the Bullet Punch. But I only have Earthquake. I forgot I had Roost on this thing. I totally might have messed up, though. That's the set. I totally might have messed up. So, I know he's locked into Bullet Punch. I am going to Dragon Dance. I'm going to Dragon Dance because, like, there's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do. Like, an Earthquake isn't going to take it out because it's not a stab. And there's nothing else I can do at all. Like, Scizor is way too strong, so that's probably going to end the game right there. literally nothing else I could do except Earthquake, but it's not going to matter, obviously. So, good game. It was pretty close. And unfortunately, at the end there wasn't much I could do because Earthquake wouldn't have taken it out at that point, and Greninja would have died anyway, and Latios would have died anyway, so I didn't really have anything else to deal with. It would have been useful to keep Peachman around at the end, but it was a good game, so subscribe to his channel. It will be in the description. Everything is always in the description. If you want to see more live Wi-Fi battles, always leave a like and comment down below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you.